Hello ladies and gentlemen, thanks for attending ChemLinked online course, Interpretation on China Food Ingredient Compliance. This is Ilya from ChemLinked and I'm very happy to meet you again. So in the first half of 2020, we have launched our first online course regarding food import procedure. It has obtained lots of positive feedbacks and that is why we decided to make the second one. So why we choose ingredient topic this time? One of our daily work is to monitor the food import rejection data unveiled by GAC. And we found ingredient non-compliance has become one of the top reasons for the food import rejection, such as exceeding use of food additives. Besides, there is an opposite list of permitted food ingredients in China. In this case, enterprises are likely to make some mistakes and even suffer economic loss if they do not understand the regulations completely. For example, a wine manufacturer once added snow lotus to grape wine and it is used as its selling point. However, snow lotus is regarded as drug in China and it cannot be added in food. Finally, the enterprises had to pay for 10 times compensation. Another case is about the maximum residue level. So, sulfur dioxide is used while producing dry longan. However, if its residues exceeds the maximum level stipulated in corresponding GB standards, it is still non-compliant and the enterprises had to pay for the compensation. Apart from that, I would like to mention that we enterprises need to pay attention to the application scope. So in case 3, a food enterprise adds sodium dihydroxide to flavor flour products. According to official announcement, flavored flour products is classified as instant flour products, which is out of the application scope of sodium dihydroxide. So actually this product was just sold at 2.5 RMB, but eventually the enterprises pay for 1,000 RMB. Therefore, if we enterprises could have a well knowledge of food ingredients regulation, I think we can minimize such economic loss. This time we have 2 speakers for this course. So the first one is Mr. Yuan Zhaoyu. Mr. Yu is now working as food regulatory specialist at Rich 24H Consulting Group. He has 7 years working experience in infant formula sector and ingredient review. And the other is me. Currently, I work as regulatory analyst as well as head editor of ChemLinked Food Portal. Here are what we will discuss in this course. It includes the following 4 parts. So in part 1, I will give you an overview of food ingredient regulations, including the competent authority and regulation framework. Later, Mr. Yuan Zhaoyu will interpret the regulatory requirements of food ingredient used for common prepackaged food and special food. At last, I will detail the application of new food raw materials and food additives involving the scope, principle, application materials, and procedure. In part 1, let's see the competent authority and food regulation framework related to food ingredients. A processed food product mainly comprises food raw materials and food additives. Usually, food raw materials are the major components, and it could be common foods such as plants, fruits, meat, or other like probiotics and algae. Food additives are synthetics or natural substances added in food to improve the quality, color, taste, and flavor of food, as well as meet the needs of corrosion prevention, refreshment, and processing technology, including acidity regulator, antioxidant, and etc. Regulatory references are both required, no matter when we use food raw materials or food additives, but the regulation structure of them are a little different, so I will detail it later. Here are some competent authorities related to the use of food ingredients. As food raw materials could be fruits, vegetables, cereal, and some agricultural products, MOARA will be responsible for their planting and breeding. NHC takes charge of drafting National Food Safety Standard, so it will stipulate relevant technical standards of food additives and some food raw materials. Additionally, it is also responsible for the registration of new food ingredients. If food ingredients are imported, GAC will conduct the customs inspection. SAMR will supervise all products circulated in Chinese market, including the food raw materials and food additives on sale. Besides, it takes charge of the regulation on food ingredients used for special food, such as the permitted ingredient for health food. Here is the hierarchy structure of food regulations. Food safety law is the fundamental law, which specifies that the use of novel food raw materials or food additives should be registered with the competent authority. In this case, relevant regulations and rules were unveiled to stipulate the procedure and requirements of new food ingredient registration, such as administrative measures on safety review of new food raw material, administrative measures on new food additives. Once the substance obtains approval, the authority will release the announcement and specifies the usage and some technical requirements. In summary, it is a structure from micro law to micro standard.